But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is a...
Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to get to $100,000 as the founder of Apple Inc. says? Now, you know, Steve Wozniak, he's one of the co-founders of Apple Inc. He and the other Steve Jobs, who's now late. Well, you know, recently he said that he sees Bitcoin going up to $100,000. And you know, Steve Wozniak is not just anybody. He's a very smart guy, very intelligent guy. And if you look at his background, look at what he's been able to do, and then you look at the kind of experience, the kind of understanding that he has about the world of the internet, of e-commerce, of you know, like blockchain, his understanding of blockchain, and he says it's going to rise up to $100,000. Is he correct? Now, before we go further, let's just look at what he said. Let's hear him. Let's hear from the horse's mouth himself.
2 times it's gone way up and made money, and just recently, I think Bitcoin is going to go to 100,000. I just, you know.
There you are. Now you've seen the video. Now Steve Wozniak is not just anybody. You know, this is the co-founder along with Steve Jobs of Apple, and this is a man who understands blockchain, and you know, his background has been in computers and then also in the digital world. So this is someone who knows his onions, and he's not alone. You know, a number of people, you know, like if you look at the research that was done, you know, by a Project Finder, you know, and then it was published by Yahoo Finance. You can research that. You know, although I'll just put a screenshot here of that research. You know, a panel of cryptocurrency experts. You know, of that panel, something like about 61% of them said that cryptocurrency is going to replace fiat currency. Fiat currency is just currencies issued by government, like dollar, pounds, yuan, ruble, Venezuelan bolivar, Kenyan shilling, Nigerian naira. That kind of money, that cryptocurrency is going to wipe it out in between the next 10 years and by 2050. You know, most of them think it's going to happen in the next 10 years. You know, but that study put like a cap of the year 2050. And you know, it's not only Steve Wozniak, and it's not only the Project Finder survey that says this. You know, you got people, you know, like for instance, you've got Ian Bolina. You know, Ian Balina is the CEO of Token Metrics, and Token Metrics, if you don't know it, it's probably like the top consultancy, the top research firm for cryptocurrency. And he said that this year, the same thing that Steve Wozniak said. The only difference is that Ian Bolina said that it's going to happen in 2022, that Bitcoin is going to get to $100,000. Now, this is not financial advice. You know, just take it as an education, take it as, you know, information. You may take it as entertainment. I'm just giving you the facts. I'm presenting you the facts. You know, so that's what Ian Balina said. Matthew Hyland, who a lot of you might know, you know, especially if you're into crypto, he's very big with crypto. He's one of the top experts. He says it's going to get to higher than that. I think probably $150,000 for cryptocurrency. Now, a lot of you might know Chamat Palihapitiya, the Sri Lankan born Canadian American venture capitalist, and he also said Bitcoin is going to get to $100,000. Now, he's a billionaire, by the way. Now, these are not just people who speak anyhow. And I tend to agree with them. You know, I mean, if you look at what happened yesterday, Wednesday, March 16, 2022, President Biden signed an executive order, you know, ordering U.S. federal agency to begin to regulate, to find a framework of regulating cryptocurrency with a view for wider acceptance by the U.S. government itself, and then also the U.S. public. And you know, a large amount of the U.S. public using cryptocurrency, something like 42% of all small and medium scale businesses were using cryptocurrency 2 months ago. It's probably gone higher now, but we don't have the next, I think they bring these figures out quarterly, so we don't have the next quarter figures. So if you look at it with the facts coming in, you know, like it does seem that, you know, cryptocurrency, it should be going up. You know, the Feds also yesterday, March 16, 2022, the Feds have said they're going to increase rates. You know, so if interest rates are going to go up in the United States, so people are going to be looking for ways to preserve their wealth. They're going to be looking for ways to preserve their wealth. And then with what happened in Russia, We saw what happened with Russia after their invasion of Ukraine, and then the sanctions that happened. Russia was kicked out of SWIFT, the Society for World Inter Finance Telecommunications, SWIFT, and then they were kicked out of it. And then you saw that a large amount of Russians have gone into Bitcoin, just like what happened when the Trump administration did the same thing to Cuba. Cuba, had to just switch and then into cryptocurrency, although they didn't adopt it legally as a legal tender like El Salvador did. Now, here's the issue. With all these people coming up on stream into cryptocurrency, into, let's say, Bitcoin, the issue is that Bitcoin has a limited supply. A lot of people don't know this. They just think that you can keep making Bitcoin and that it's infinite in supply. No. Bitcoin has a limited amount of supply. Bitcoin has, I think there's just something about like between 18 and 19 million Bitcoin available units of Bitcoin. So the supply is fixed, but now we're seeing that the demand is increasing. The demand is increasing because of a variety of factors which I've already listed. So when you have supply fixed and then demand increasing, when you have that, I do apologize, it's quite cold here and it's winter. It's still winter over here. So when you have the demand increasing and the supply fixed in just basic economics, it means that the only way is up for the price. It's going to go up. So I would, now this again, I'm saying it's not financial advice, but if I would put my money in Bitcoin. But here's the thing, because it is a volatile currency. Why is it volatile? Because it's devoid of government control. And so like just a tweet from a non-believer in crypto like Warren Buffett could send the price down. Another tweet by a believer in cryptocurrency like Elon Musk could send the price up. So, a lot of things, it's quite volatile. This is a currency that's not issued by government. So a lot of things can make it go up or down. So what I counsel people is this: when you invest in cryptocurrency, especially you invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum, when the margin, you might buy a fraction. I tend to buy, in units. So I will buy like 10 units. So you might buy in fractions. Now, when you buy cryptocurrency and then maybe you bought, like you see, for instance, in January, when it went down, when it crashed, and I encourage people, I told you to buy because that the price was going to go up. And then it went up. I think it went up the second week of February. So when I bought at 32, and then it went up to 38. And you guys saw my video, and I told you guys sell it, sell what you have. And I said the reason why is that, okay, so you're hedging, you're limiting your risk. When you sell now, you're going to make okay, for each unit that you buy or for each fraction that you buy, you're making something like 32%. Profit, which is very, very good. In my own case, like you're making like $6,000 on each unit. Then you take that profit and you take your capital. So you take your capital out and then you reinvest your profits into cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then when it goes up and down, you're not moved, you're not shaken because it's not your money. It's just profit, money that you made. So that's what I encourage people to do, So you spot sell, you spot invest, you buy, and then as soon as it rises, you sell, get your capital out, and then you invest your profits. That's what I do, so that I'm not wiped away, and then I'm not like, no, it can't happen. It won't happen to me because of my practices, and that's what I recommend to you. But I do believe what Steve Wozniak said. I do believe what Ian Balina said. I do believe what Matthew Hyland said. I do believe what the survey said. That cryptocurrency is going to go up. It's just basic economics. Right now something like 42% of I brought that this was about 3 months ago. 42% of small and medium scale businesses in America are using crypto. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. It's by now, I think it's going to be about 45, close to 50, because the studies only come out in every quarter. But I think it's going to go up. So the demand is there, and then the supply is limited. The only way is up. So I will tell you guys, not financial advice again. This is just my opinion. I will tell you buy. But then don't buy and just sit down and hold. Buy, study the market, index the market like I do. Use chart patterns or some other app to index the market. And then as soon as you're able to, the price rises, where you can make some profit, I would sell, get my capital out, and then I would I'll say I'll get my capital out, and then I will just reinvest my profit. Now, this is where the market. If you watch this video and you have some questions arising from this video, what I will tell you is this: put them in the comment section, and then my staff, they're very good at curating comments. They're going to bring those comments to me, and I'll do my best to respond to them. But you got to remember, I do not have I do not have a WhatsApp forum. I do not have a Telegram channel. I do not have a Gmail email address. Scammers have seen that my videos tend to go viral, so they've created a number of fake YouTube profiles with my image in it, and then they approach people in the comment section, and then they lure them, and then they end up duping them. I don't want you to get duped. I want you to make money. Like, this is when Mark is saying, God bless.